Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. In this class, we are going to discuss about lipids. So, what are lipids? If we talk about lipids, lipids are made up of carbon. Lipids are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. They are water insoluble. Lipids are water insoluble. That means they do not get dissolved in water, right? But they get dissolved in organic solvents. Water insoluble but soluble in organic solvent, but soluble in organic solvents like ether, benzene, etc. Right? What is lipid? It is a macro or micromolecule. Lipids are micromolecule, but importantly their molecular weight but their molecular weight is more than 1000 Dalton. See, technically, if the molecular weight of lipid is more than 1000 Dalton, then it should come under macromolecule. But why then we consider it under micromolecule? This is because if you see, this is a cell membrane. Lipids are arranged in this way, in the cell membrane, right? Lipids are arranged in this way in the cell membrane. Now what will happen, see here, if we break this layer, if by chance if we break this cell membrane, what we will get, you will get this, because cells are round, right? It's round, all are made up of this kind of lipid. But if you break this, you will see that small fragments of membrane, yes, with this lipid molecule. Yes or no? Small fragments of membrane with this lipid molecule. So what will happen? This small fragments is having a chance of getting exposure to water from these both ends. Water may enter from these both ends. So in order, because we know that if this is a structure, this part is hydrophobic. Sorry, 1 minute. This part is hydrophobic. If you see this, this part is hydrophilic and this part is termed as hydrophobic. That means they fear, they are water haters, right? So when we break this membrane will be broken into small fragments. So there is a chance that water may enter from this sidewise and from this sides, right? So immediately they arrange themselves into a circular structure, right? And because of this, because of the formation of these vesicles, their weight is more than 1000 Dalton. As we cannot separate this molecules, we cannot separate individual lipid molecules, so their molecular weight is more than 1000 Dalton, right? But they are actually micromolecule. क्यों? क्योंकि हम लोग ऐसे अकेला इनको सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते हैं, राइट? They always tend to remain together and they arrange themselves into a circular format so that they do not get exposure to water, right? So that is all about the definition. Now if we see the classification of lipids, what is the classification of lipids? Let me see the classification of lipids. Lipids are classified as simple lipids, conjugated lipids, and derived lipids, right? If we say simple lipids consist of what? If we see simple lipids Simple lipids are made up of fatty acids, glycerol, esters, waxes, and cutin and suberin. Cutin and suberin, right? And if you see this conjugated lipids are classified as phospholipids, glycolipids, lipoproteins, and chromolipids. Right? And next is derived lipids. So now in this we will be first looking into fatty acids. Now what are fatty acids? If we talk about fatty acids, क्या है वह fatty acids? Fatty acids are long chain of carbon. See, this is a long chain of carbon which is attached to carboxylic group, right? So fatty acids, how can you define fatty acids? Fatty acid is an unbranched chain of carbon. You can write here, fatty acid is basically what? Unbranched chain of carbon atoms, unbranched chain of carbon atoms having a carboxylic group, having a carboxylic group attached to an R group, right? So if you see, this is a what? The R group here may be methyl or ethyl or any higher number of CH2 groups, can be methyl CH3, can be ethyl, or higher number of CH2 groups or more number of CH2 groups. क्या है मतलब? कोई भी लॉन्ग चेन ऑफ कार्बन के साथ जब एक कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड जुड़ा रहेगा उसको हम बोलेंगे क्या? फैटी एसिड्स, राइट? एग्जाम्पल फैटी एसिड्स का, लेट मी गिव यू एग्जाम्पल ऑफ फैटी एसिड्स. वन इज palmitic acid. Palmitic acid, how many carbon does it contains? It contains 16 carbons. 16 carbon. Another is arachidonic acid. Acid. How much carbon it contains? 20 carbon, right? So this is fatty acid. Now if you see types of fatty acids are classified into two types. Fatty acids are classified into two types. What are the two types of fatty acids? One is your saturated fatty acids. And another is your unsaturated fatty acids. Now what are saturated fatty acids? If we talk about saturated fatty acids, that means fatty acids without double bond. These are basically fatty acids without double bonds. These are fatty acids without double bonds. And if we talk about unsaturated fatty acids, these are fatty acids with one or more double bond. Fatty acids with one or more double bonds, right? Now let me give you an example of saturated fatty acid. Example of saturated fatty acid is what? Is a palmitic acid. Is what? Is a palmitic acid. And what is the example of unsaturated fatty acid? Its example is linolenic acid. Right, one example I have given you for this fatty acids. Right, next we will see glycerol. Now what is glycerol? If we discuss about glycerol, what is glycerol? A glycerol molecule has 3 carbon, each bearing a hydroxyl group. Right, a glycerol molecule has has 3 carbons, each bearing हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप, each bearing OH ग्रुप. मतलब अगर उनका स्ट्रक्चर देखा जाए तो कैसे होगा? COH COH COH, यहाँ पे आएगा H और यहाँ नीचे भी आएगा एक H, यहाँ भी आएगा H, यहाँ भी आएगा H H. अगर मैं अच्छे से ड्रॉ करके दिखाऊँ, it will be CH2OH, right? CHOH CHOH, then again CH2OH. ये हो गया आपका क्या? ग्लिसरॉल का स्ट्रक्चर. राइट, लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट एस्टर्स. Esters, how esters are formed? Esters are formed by the reaction of fatty acids and glycerol. Formed by the reactions of fatty acid and glycerol. Right? You can also write these are organic acids and alcohol. Organic acids and alcohol react to form esters. Organic acids and alcohol react to form esters. Let me show you a reaction here. Now if I draw the glycerol here, let me draw glycerol here. So as you all know, glycerol contains 3 carbon with 3 hydroxide attached to each carbon, right? So this is the structure of glycerol. This is the structure of glycerol. Now let me draw a fatty acid here. Let me draw a fatty acid. So say COOH. Now this is reacting with this this fatty acid. This is fatty acid and this is glycerol. Right? What they are doing? They are undergoing a reaction, right? So when they react, what will happen? The hydroxide from the acidic group and hydrogen from the glycerol will be removed out in the form of water. So what will be getting in the product? In the product we will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4. CO will be reacting with COH H. Then next CHOH and then CHHOH. This is what we call ester. Now this is what we call ester. Now here you see this is one fatty acid that has replaced the one hydrogen. Yes or no? We call this monoglyceride. What we call this? Monoglycerides. Clear? So what we have seen here is this is a glycerol, 3 carbon attached to 3 hydroxide molecule, right? And this is your fatty acid because long chain of carbon which is attached to a carboxylic group. When it reacts, the hydroxide from the carboxylic group and hydrogen will eliminate in the form of water. Will remove in the form of water, and what it forms, the remaining CO will form a bond with carbon. CO form a bond with carbon. This is what we call ester. Right? Now esters can be classified as monoglycerides, triglycerides and what? Diglycerides. Let me show you here. Esters can be further classified as monoglycerides, diglycerides, and triglycerides. Right. Now, if I talk about monoglyceride, what is monoglyceride? Monoglycerides are what? Basically, when one, say this is a glycerol, C H H O H C O H H C O H H H. Right. Now, if this is reacting with a fatty acid CCCCOOH. Now hydrogen and this hydrogen will remove in the form of water. Yes. Now what you can see, what is forming? CCCOCH HCOH Now what is the what I want to show? What I want to show here is here. Now this is one fatty acid which has replaced this one hydrogen from the glycerol. Right. So this is single fatty acid which has removed the one hydrogen from the glycerol. As a result of this, one fatty acid has removed the hydrogen. So we call this monoglycerides. In case of diglycerides, what will happen? This hydrogen also will be replaced by fatty acid. This fatty acid will come and it will replace this hydrogen. Right? That is what we call diglyceride. For triglycerides, what will happen? All the hydrogens of CH, all these hydrogen will be removed. That means in case of triglyceride, if I consider R1 as a long chain of carbon, and this is carboxylic acid, this CO will attach directly to the what? Directly to the CHOH group. Clear? Directly it will attach to CHOH. R2 again directly attached to CHOH. R3 will be attached. C, right? This is what is a triglyceride. And in case of diglyceride, what is the structure of diglyceride? Diglyceride will be R1C O C H O H, R2 C O C O H. Now here C H H O H. So here how can you know that this is diglyceride? Because how can we know that this is diglyceride? Because these two fatty acids had joined with the glycerol. So we call it diglyceride. Right? And triglycerides, all three fatty acids react with the glycerol. That is what is a triglyceride. Right? Yes. So, and one more thing, based on the melting point of triglycerides, these triglycerides, let me write here, this triglycerides, based on the melting point, it is divided into two parts. What are two parts? Fats and oil. Fats and oils. Based on what? Based on melting point. Based on melting point, it is classified as fats and oil. In case of fats, में क्या है? In case of fats, they have high melting point. They have what? High melting. Fats have high melting point and they remain as solid at room temperature. High melting point and they remain as solid in the room temperature. Example, butter, ghee, these are what? Fats. But in case of oil, what will happen? Oil have low melting point. Oil have what? Low melting point. Oils have low melting point and they remain as liquid at room temperature. They remain as liquid at room temperature. Example क्या है? Sunflower oil, gingerly oil, etc. Right? That is all about the esters. Now, coming to waxes. What are waxes? What are waxes? If we discuss about waxes, waxes are esters of fatty acids with alcohol of high molecular weight. Means it is a reaction between fatty acids and alcohol with high molecular high molecular weight instead of glycerol. High molecular weight, you can write here instead of glycerol. We call it Vexes, right? Example B-Vex, Lanolenin, etc. Example is your B-Vex, right? They have an important role to play in protection. They form water insoluble coatings on hair and skin in animals, right? And what about Bvax? Actually, this Bvax is also called as hexacosyl palmitate. It is secreted by worker bees. Bvax is also known as hexacosyl palmitate. Hexacosyl Bvax is also known as hexacosyl palmitate, and it is secreted by who produced it? Secreted by worker bees. Secreted by worker bees, right? And also one more thing, bacteria that causes tuberculosis and leprosy produces a wax known as Wax-D. See, bacteria, this is one Bvax, another is your bacteria that causes tuberculosis and leprosy produces a wax known as Wax-D. Known as what? Wax-D. That contributes to their pathogenicity. This Wax-D induces pathogenicity. So what is important here? In case of waxes, the important part we need to look into is, in case of waxes, it is a reaction of fatty acid with alcohol other than glycerol, and that alcohol must have high molecular weight. Example is Bvax, which is also known as hexacosyl palmitate. It is secreted by worker bees. And bacteria like tuberculosis, bacteria that causes tuberculosis and leprosy secretes a wax known as Wax-D. Wax-D that induces pathogenicity, right? So that's all about waxes. Next we will see conjugated lipids. So when we talk about conjugated lipids, what are conjugated lipids? Yes, conjugated lipids. Conjugated lipids. When we talk about conjugated lipids, this means what? They contains both lipid and non-lipid part. They contains both lipid and non-lipid. For example, say number 1, phospholipid. If we talk about phospholipid, then what is important here? Important here is, here phosphate is it is combination of phosphate. See here, the phospholipids are composed of molecule of a glycerol or alcohol having a phosphate group joined to one OH group. Here, if suppose phosphate plus phosphate joined to what? OH group. OH group. Right? That means if I draw here, say if this is a glycerol, if this is a glycerol, say let me draw this glycerol. Now what will happen here? This here, in this both the part, see in this two part, the fatty acids, this two part, fatty acid will join. So what will happen? There will be elimination of H and OH from this part in the form of elimination of water. Water elimination hoga, and in this part, who will join? Choline and phosphate. Choline and phosphate. Right. So in which form phosphate is present? Conjugated lipids, we have seen it is of four types: phospholipid, glycolipid, lipoprotein, chromoglipid. So now we are discussing about phospholipid. Phospholipid is what? When phosphate is attached to the lipid group or the fatty acids, we call it phospholipid. Now how it is formed here, phospholipid? Let me tell you how, let me show you once again. If this is a glycerol, OH, H, H, C, OH, H, CH, HOH. Now the phosphate which is present in the phospholipid is in the form of HPO4. If this is phosphate, it is present in the HPO4, H3PO4. That means phosphoric acid. It is present in the form of H3PO4, which is linked with a choline group. If you see, there is one group called choline. What is the formula of choline? CH3, CH2, and CH3, CH3, CH3. This is what we call choline. Right? Now this both, what is happening? See, this both group will react with this carbon. With this carbon, this two group will react with this carbon. So you can see that in the reaction part, you can see what we can get. We can get what we can get is, see here, if this is, let me draw the glycerol once again. Now what is happening here? You can see what is forming here. It will form this, see, this hydrogen, let me draw it with other color. This hydrogen and this hydroxide and this hydrogen will eliminate in the form of water. So here what will come? See, this bond is forming. Here what will come? Directly phosphate will come, which is attached to OH, right? There will be one other OH, then double bond O, right? Now this OH here, what will happening? See here, this OH will again remove, this OH will remove with one here, sorry, if you see, this OH will be removed with one of this hydrogen. Here, from here, one hydrogen and OH will remove in the form of water. So what you will be getting? This here hydroxide removed. So here CH2 will come, CH2 and CH3, 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 right? And in other two part, what is happening? Let me use some other color. In other two parts, this H of glycerol will be replaced by fatty acid, and this also will be replaced by fatty acid, right? This is what we call phospholipids. Example, the structure which I have done is an example of lecithin. Right? So lecithin is one example of phospholipid. So let me tell you, we draw structure like this. No, just now in the first slide I have shown you the lipid structure with this one, right? This is head. What we call this? We call this as head, and we call this as head, and these two we call this tail, right? We know that head is what? Head is water loving or water hating? Head is hydrophilic, water loving, and this tail is hydrophobic, right? Now if you see this structure, what is hydrophilic part here? What is hydrophilic part? This phosphate is hydrophilic. This phosphate is what? Hydrophilic. So we represent this phosphate. This phosphate we represent what? As a head. And this two, tail. are fatty acids. These two tails are what? This is one tail, this is one tail, these two represent these two fatty acids. So this is the structure of phospholipid, right? Next we will see glycolipids. What are glycolipids? What are glycolipids? Glycolipids contain fatty acids, alcohol, and sugar. It is a combination of sugar, galactose, plus lipids. What are lipids? Lipids are nothing but these are fatty acid plus glycerol. Right, that is what is a lipid. Fine. So the sugar replaces one fatty acid molecule. Here, if you draw this glycerol, now here in this first, this here what will be present? Sugar. The sugar, say here galactose are present, right? And here fatty acid, and here fatty acid. This is what we call glycolipids, right? The glycolipids, where they are present? These glycolipids are present in the myelin sheet of the brain. Where they are present? These glycolipids, they are present in myelin sheet of nerve fibers. Myelin sheet of nerve fibers, right? And also they are present in the outer cell membrane of chloroplast. Outer cell membrane of, also they are present in the outer cell membrane of chloroplast, right? This is glycolipid. Coming to lipoprotein. If you see lipoprotein, what is lipoprotein? Yes. What is lipoprotein? Lipoprotein contains lipids and proteins molecule. It is basically combination of lipids plus proteins. Yes. Membranes are composed of lipoproteins. You can say cell membranes. Membranes are made of lipoproteins. Alright. Next is chromolipids. Another one is your chromolipids. Now what are chromolipids? Yes. Chromolipids contain pigments such as carotenoids. They contain, chromo means color, contain pigments such as carotenoids, we call it chromolipids, right? Next is a derived lipid. What is next? Next is third class of distribution. We call it derived lipids. Now what are derived lipids? Example of derived lipids is your steroids. They are not lipid, they are compounds which has similar lipid-like properties. Compounds that has lipid-like properties, we call them derived lipids, right? Example of derived lipids is a steroid. Steroid do not contain fatty acids but are included in the lipids because they have fat-like properties, right? The various, if you see, the most common steroids are sterol. The most common steroids are sterol. A common sterol is your cholesterol. Now, if you see the structure of cholesterol, what is cholesterol? If you see the structure of cholesterol, it looks like OH. This is what we call it cholesterol. Right? This is what we call it cholesterol. And here, this bone should be here. This is what we call cholesterol. And important, what is it? Is the most abundant steroid in the animal tissue. You can write cholesterol is what? Most abundant steroid. Most abundant steroid in animal tissue. In animal tissue. Right? Food rich in fat contains cholesterol. This cholesterol is synthesized in liver. This is synthesized. This cholesterol is synthesized in the liver. Right? And it is an essential component of animal plasma membrane. Important or essential part of plasma membrane, also known as cell membrane. Right? Yes. Next, prostaglandins. Prostaglandins is also a group of hormone which is a kind of steroid only. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, those are comes under the derived lipids, right? They are basically steroids. So with this, I would like to end up the lipids part. Thank you, students, for joining the session. If any doubt, please feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you.